Life has a peculiar way of throwing moments of clarity at us, usually dressed in everyday garb rather than spangled costumes. These moments slip in quietly, feeling more like a long overdue exhale than a grand reveal. It's in this subtle stillness that a mysterious lightness emerges. Suddenly, the burden of other people's opinions starts to lift, as if you've traded a sack of bricks for a feather. But this refreshing perspective doesn't come cheaply. It's the result of battling years of societal expectations and judgments. You've probably encountered those rare individuals who waltz into a room with unshakable confidence, delivering their truth without stumbling. You might find yourself watching them with eyebrows raised, thinking, how do they do it? Their secret isn't fearlessness. It's an unshakable sense of freedom that most of us haven't given ourselves permission to embrace. Understanding their journey is like peeling an onion, layers of conditioning and self-exploration that have shaped their inner resolve long before their first grand entrance. Hey everyone, welcome to Psychologist Jeep, the quiet corner of the internet for overthinkers, silent observers, and those who've mastered the ancient art of not caring what anyone thinks anymore. If you've ever walked through life nodding politely while your brain whispers, "Their opinion doesn't pay my bills," then congratulations, you're in the right place. If you've ever felt like the side character, the background extra, or the person who quietly watches everything, welcome home. Before we dive in, take a moment to like the video, share, and comment telling me your honest take. Do you care what people think? Your answers always make this circle of weird, wonderful minds feel a little closer. For most of us, life is one long, quiet audition, where we constantly tweak our personalities to fit the role that society carved out for us. We modify how we speak just to blend in, tailor our dreams to seem practical, and mask our quirks under a guise of normalcy. Each adjustment is subtle, barely noticeable, yet collectively they morph into a formidable facade. Over time, we can become so accustomed to wearing this mask that we convince ourselves it's our true face. However, there exists a breed of people who share the same societal pressure but reach a breaking point not of collapse, but of awakening. They find themselves at a crossroads, staring down the path of pretenses or the road to authenticity. With bravery, they choose to live unabashedly, reconstructing their self-image on a foundation of self-acceptance rather than external approval. This moment marks a radical shift in how they perceive their worth. It's no longer measured by the nods of others. While many declare indifference to public opinion, the reality is murkier. Most people wish they could truly brush off others' thoughts, but at their core, they often care deeply. The folks who really have let it go didn't arrive there through mere nonchalance. They reached that space out of necessity. They unearthed the painful truth that losing your identity is a far graver danger than any negative opinion out there. Our brains, wired for social belonging, approach judgment as an existential threat. Rejection can send the same jolts of panic through our systems as a close brush with danger. It's no wonder that giving a hoot about what others think is the default mode. Breaking free from this prison feels like trying to escape a roller coaster that just won't stop. Yet, those who find the courage to leap into the unknown discover a forgotten lesson. You don't simply erase fear, you learn to rise above it. The journey to liberation isn't glamorous. It's paved with the discomfort of sleepless nights, fretting over comments, and stifling yourself to be liked. Eventually, however, the weight of that discomfort grows heavier than the fear of judgment. You reach a pivotal moment, perhaps while staring into the bathroom mirror, when you notice you've never truly heard your own voice. This external noise fades away, revealing thoughts that belong solely to you. And from that moment on, diving into authenticity becomes an exhilarating pursuit, freeing you from the invisible puppet strings. Choosing authenticity isn't just about looking good on social media. It's about ditching the heavy baggage of pretense. Surprising as it may sound, this shift sparks a psychological makeover. Suddenly, chasing approval feels less like a breath of fresh air and more like a scarcity mindset. And here's the kicker: when you stop begging for validation, people naturally gravitate toward you. Magically, that inner freedom radiates out, making you a magnet for trust. But this is only scratching the surface. The true secret lies in embracing imperfection, something most folks just can't handle. When you accept that making mistakes is as human as forgetting where you parked your car, anxiety about what others think fades into oblivion. Unlike perfectionists, who cling to flawless facades, those who thrive on being real show courage. Being real is the new benchmark because it means owning your quirks and reveling in the messiness of life. Let's not forget the unavoidable judgment that awaits around every corner. You can be Mother Teresa herself and still be misunderstood. That's the reality check. No matter how sweet your intentions are, opinions will swirl like leaves in a windstorm. Once you get that judgment is a given, you'll stop conducting your life according to someone else's viewfinder. People will misinterpret your actions anyway, so just be yourself. And oh, how enlightening it is to understand this crucial fact. Opinions aren't gospel truth, they're simply filtered through someone else's experiences, whims, and worries. If a person sees arrogance where there's merely confidence, that's their lens. If someone thinks your silence screams weakness, that's their baggage. Embracing this reality means you'll stop making other people's projections your own personal narrative. So liberating, isn't it? But wait. Just because they aren't fazed by judgments doesn't mean these individuals are robots. Nope, they still feel nervous and face pressure like the rest of us mortals. The difference lies in how they interact with fear. Rather than running away from fear's icy grip, they see it as a nudge that says, hey, this might be uncomfortable, but it's no disaster. This mindset rewrites the rulebook on how they make decisions and tackle challenges. Building this new relationship with fear demands a steady stream of small acts of honesty where they choose their own truth over the desperate need for validation. With each authentic choice, they cultivate a kind of confidence that doesn't shout for attention but instead hums with a calm, serene energy. Some might call it quiet confidence, but really, it's more like a soothing embrace amid the chaos of life. Lastly, there's the revelation about the fleeting nature of human thought. Spoiler alert, people are way more preoccupied with their own business than you think. When you realize that a judgment can vanish just as fast as it appears, suddenly, that pressure to perform diminishes. In a world where attention is as transient as a TikTok trend, embracing this truth becomes a liberating experience. You're free to be your imperfections and all. Ever noticed how some folks seem blissfully untouchable by opinions? That's because they've mastered the art of separating identity from the image of a true superhero move. Image is just the shiny facade the world sees, while identity is the solid core within. When you focus too much on your image, life becomes a constant performance. However, when you shift gears and prioritize your identity, you step into a place of strength and authenticity. Who wouldn't want that superpower? Here's the kicker: the less you care about what others think, the more genuine your relationships become. Imagine chatting with your best friend but not worrying about if they'll like your outfit or your latest idea. You laugh harder, connect deeper, and forge bonds that outperform any Instagram post or flashy facade. Authenticity is like glue that holds friendships together, while the act of putting on a performance merely leaves you stuck in a short-lived spotlight. Let's take a stroll down memory lane. Did you grow up in a home where criticism loomed like a dark cloud? Or did you bask in motivational sunshine? If you were the constant approval kid, you might find yourself overly sensitive to opinions in adulthood. On the flip side, if you were raised to think for yourself or faced moments when you had to rely on your gut, you're likely rocking some serious resilience. It's those moments of survival that build mental strength, which manifests in the quietest yet most profound ways, like making decisions without the need for applause. Ever heard of emotional neutrality? It's the secret weapon of those who don't let opinions dictate their value. They appreciate compliments but don't cling to them like a life raft, and they evaluate criticism without letting it seep into their core. Self-worth becomes a steady ship sailing in calm waters rather than a roller coaster ride swayed by external whims. This isn't about inflated egos, but about clarity, knowing who you are and what truly matters. It's a beautiful space to occupy. And oh, the serenity that comes with that clarity. Living from this place means embracing the idea that you're responsible for your actions, but certainly not for how others interpret them. Instead of appearing rebellious or arrogant, it radiates maturity. And let's face it, that journey of self-alignment shows the world something amazing. People react far more favorably when you just unfold your true self. Here's a delightful nugget. Authenticity doesn't emerge from stubbornness, but stems from a heartfelt internal shift. It's the realization that life is too short for an elaborate charade. When you start to own your choices and live in your truth, every moment feels refreshing rather than tiresome. No more performing for applause. Just a beautiful dance of authenticity that invites the right people into your life while gently nudging away the ones who don't fit your vibe. Let's admit it, being a people pleaser is downright exhausting. It drains mental energy faster than a toddler can empty a cookie jar. You'll find yourself overanalyzing every little thing: what to wear, what to say, which dream to chase, turning simple choices into a math problem. But when you break free from that relentless cycle, clarity comes knocking. Suddenly, you toss care for invisible molds out the window and lighten your mental load, leaving room for a calmer emotional world. Less reaction, more reflection sounds like a plan, right? Imagine a world where disagreements spark curiosity instead of defensiveness. That's the playground of wise souls who don't take offense when someone sees things differently. Rather than feeling attacked, they embrace the chance to grow and learn. This emotional flexibility gives them stability. They can sift through voices in their heads while effortlessly carrying their internal compass. If it aligns with their values, they listen. If not, it's like water off a duck's back. Oh, the gift of letting go. While most folks cling tightly to their opinions and judgments, those brave souls who shrug off external validation have cracked the code of release. They recognize when burdens aren't theirs to bear and understand that someone's reaction often reflects more about them than about themselves. This Zen-like detachment means criticism doesn't topple them, just as praise doesn't inflate them. They float along, grounded and serene, neither disregarding nor overly invested. Now, here's where it gets really intriguing. These emotionally intelligent beings aren't cold as ice. Rather, they possess a quiet empathy that truly dazzles. They perceive the insecurities behind a biting remark and see the expectations tethered to judgments. Their insight shields them from taking opinions personally, transforming feedback into signals rather than gospel. It's not about avoiding feelings. It's about understanding the emotional landscape without losing one's own identity amid the chaos. The crème de la crème of maturity is perhaps the ability to live with misunderstandings swirling around like confetti in a parade. They come to terms with an essential truth: they can't control others' interpretations of them. Once they've accepted that, they stop designing their lives around what other people think. Picture a world where criticisms don't stifle your dreams, where judgment doesn't cloud your choices. This isn't a fantasy. It's a conscious life lived by those who embrace their uniqueness. Boundaries play a starring role in this narrative of self-respect. Those who see value in their emotional space don't rebel just for kicks. They protect their inner serenity. They've learned to say no when they truly mean it, creating personal peace instead of sacrificing themselves for external approval. Interestingly, this sense of self-preservation earns respect. People naturally gravitate toward those who hold their ground rather than bend over backward trying to please everyone. These boundary-loving individuals find themselves rising in various life domains personally, professionally, and emotionally. They make choices rooted in clarity and excitement, not fear. That's why they embark on paths that others shy away from, taking calculated risks that fuel their growth. Courage isn't merely inborn. It's crafted from years of prioritizing authenticity over mere acceptance. Yes, it takes practice to dot the I's of honesty and cross the T's of approval. Beneath all the confident banter lies a profound understanding. Human judgment is fluid. It ebbs and flows, much like the tide. Opinions can morph faster than your aunt's holiday dessert recipes. People change, and perceptions shift. By acknowledging this impermanence, those wise souls maintain a robust sense of self while navigating the ocean of public opinion. And in this journey of awareness and authenticity, they discern what truly matters, living life in a way that is unapologetically their own, swirling in the dance of existence without losing their shape. Today's opinions are like floating clouds, ever changing depending on the wind, or rather, people's moods and circumstances. Realizing that nothing is permanent could be a revelation that lifts a hefty psychological weight. As soon as we let go of that illusion of permanence, fear fades into the background like a forgotten tune. What's really transformative is when folks learn to give themselves the approval they once sought from others. It's a game changer. Instead of waiting for an audience's applause, they decide to throw themselves a standing ovation. This self-recognition becomes their bedrock, a solid foundation. When you're no longer fishing for validation, self-respect becomes your best friend, and the strength that emanates from within becomes unshakable. It's like discovering superpowers we all have, just waiting for the moment to shine. Let's dig deeper into the emotional playground. People who don't get tangled in others' opinions are like wise owls. They've made peace with their own quirks and flaws. They know they aren't perfect, mistakes are inevitable, and outgrowing some friends is just part of life. Rather than hide behind a flawless facade, they hug their contradictions like old pals. This acceptance means they shed the heavy pressure of being perfect, which opens the door to curiosity, learning, and growth. You see, the biggest misconception about people who shrug off others' opinions is that they're emotionally detached. Oh, how wrong that is. They're deeply anchored to their inner selves, their purpose, and values. They've placed a do not disturb sign on the external noise, honing an incredible ability to decide which voices to truly listen to. They seek encouragement, wisdom, and guidance, not judgment or control. When someone walks through life like this, oh boy, is their presence felt. They radiate calmness and authenticity, moving through circles not to win hearts, but simply to be real. This unflinching realness can transform the atmosphere, helping others breathe easier and feel safe in their own skin. When someone isn't there to size you up, trust blossoms. Authenticity is akin to a wildfire, spreading from one person to another. It turns out, those who have a nonchalant attitude toward opinions often find themselves leading a troop without intending to. Their inner steadiness becomes magnetic, drawing people in without a single command. But let's not kid ourselves. This inner strength comes with a hefty price tag. To reach such a state, they must release the golden illusion of universal approval and embrace that not everyone will join their fan club. This acceptance, it's a tough pill to swallow. Yet, it becomes the cornerstone of their freedom. While most folks contort themselves to avoid misunderstandings, those brave souls see them as part of the human adventure. This stunning perspective lets them breathe a little easier, releasing the suffocating burden of constant self-monitoring. They balance softness with steely resilience, choosing authenticity like it's a daily ritual. And the best part? Their journey comes with a big heart. They don't condescend to those still stuck in the rat race of seeking approval. They recognize that everyone is battling their own monsters and understand how profound the fear of judgment can be. This compassion springs from their lived experiences, reminding us all that the path to self-acceptance is a winding road, rich with lessons and growth. With all that wisdom tucked away in their pockets, some people travel their own roads like confident explorers. They don't sit around waiting for a thumbs up from the crowd to make their next move. Instead, they grab life by the horns, knowing full well that it's not about collecting accolades, but embracing every single moment. They are the gentle rebels whispering motivation into the ears of others, inspiring change without breaking a sweat. Imagine the psychology of those who march to their own beat. It isn't a tale of chaos or defiance, but one of sweet liberation. They've wrestled with expectations long enough to discover a deeper truth. Life isn't a stage for applause, but a canvas meant for authentic expression. Choosing inner peace amidst the noise and opting for growth instead of validation, they paint their reality with bold strokes of authenticity and vibrancy. As one begins to grasp this liberating mindset, their insides start to tingle with excitement. You realize that blanket of freedom you've seen wrapped around others has always been lying in wait for you, just out of reach. It's not exclusive for a chosen few, but a shimmering choice accessible to anyone brave enough to confront their demons. If you lean in and listen, you might catch a gentle murmur nudging you toward that freedom you crave. It whispers softly, urging, you don't need to live for their judgments. And oh, how that sweet little whisper grows. It starts as a quiet hum and, before you know it, transforms into a vivid symphony of self-acceptance. You wake one beautiful morning feeling the kind of inner confidence you once only envied in others. It hits you like a light bulb moment. This journey isn't really about them. It's always been about peeling back the layers and discovering the free spirit buried beneath those expectations. Shockingly, this version of yourself that you've shied away from is not a distant dream. It's as real and tangible as your morning coffee. You're not performing anymore, nor do you need to shrink yourself down to fit someone else's mold. This emerging self stands tall, embracing existence with all the loud honesty that comes naturally. Unapologetically, it's ready to take on the world. Who needs an audience for that? Perhaps the most exhilarating realization is just how close you are to this more liberated you. A steadfast spirit is rumbling inside, waiting to pop out like a cork from a champagne bottle. Embrace that thrilling prospect. You don't need to let anyone's opinions dictate your melody because your life song is yours to compose. So, grab that metaphorical microphone and sing your heart out, with no regard for the critics. In the end, what's most enchanting about this journey is embracing who you are at your core. It's not just about ditching judgments, it's about stepping into your truth, day by vibrant day. Soon enough, you'll find yourself dancing down the path of life with joyous abandon, aware that your version of freedom is just the start of a new adventure. Hallelujah, indeed.